Hi, Martin Yusuf here. Today I'm talking about rose quartz crystals and psychic protection. Here I have a rose quartz crystal. Try and keep it still so you can see it. As you see, it's terminated. It means it's pointed on both ends, and it's in a clasp, a silver clasp, and it hangs around the neck, and it's usually placed over the heart. Now the thing is about rose quartz crystal, it's a great crystal for psychic protection, and if you place it over your heart and you have a terminated crystal such as this one, it will give you great psychic protection. You don't need to charge it. It cleanses off the power of the moon and water, so you will cleanse it in water, and when it's a full moon it will start charging. It also charges off the light of the sun, but it's much more receptive to the light of the moon. If you wear it around your neck and it's double terminated, it means it's pointed on both ends. It means that the energy can flow up and down, so this is a very good thing. This rose quartz crystal was purchased from a shop in Newtown in Sydney for about $23. And the beautiful thing about rose quartz crystal is that it will only allow love into your energy system. So if anything negative attacks you, anything real, not imagined, attacks you, their energy field, whatever energy is within their field, will be neutralized or converted into love energy. And this really does afford absolutely the best psychic protection available. And I know that people say prayers, and there's a lot of stuff around that afford people psychic protection, but in my experience of over 20 years, rose quartz is absolutely the best form of psychic protection. Some people have it in stones or near their bed. If you're going to have rose quartz in a stone form, don't buy the tumbled form. It has no real power. Have it in the crude form or the raw form or the chunk form. It may not look as attractive, but it will have more energy inside it. And you have to make sure when you buy rose quartz crystals that you're not actually buying glass, and you've got to make sure that it's actually a crystal, and it will feel a little bit more solid, and you'll know whether it's glass or not just by the feel of it. Glass tends to feel a little bit smooth and plasticky, and I've seen people who wear glass crystals and they think they're being afforded some psychic protection, but I've got news for them. If they are actually attacked by anything, it would not protect them. Glass would not protect you at all. So it's better to pay a few more dollars and make sure you have got a proper rose quartz crystal. And they're in the low, they cost around $20 or that price range. You can find them a little bit cheaper. I'll just buy a shoelace or something to tie around the neck. But these terminated rose quartz crystals look quite attractive. They can also be worn as an adornment, as a jewellery, and I sometimes see women wearing them. Now, I see people wearing amethyst quartz crystals around the heart, and I don't believe that's as good or as effective. I don't believe that's a good idea. I know that people do it. They wear amethyst. As far as I understand, amethyst resonates with the solar plexus a lot more. It's okay to put it in the heart, but it will not give you the same amount of protection, because it's at the fourth level of consciousness, the fourth level where our love, our pure love, our divine love begins, and this is where we're going to get the most protection and power. Now, wearing amethyst quartz at the solar plexus or at the heart center is not a good idea, and I do not recommend it at all. And wearing other stones also, like I've seen people wearing black obsidian and hematite up here. Now that is really not a good idea either, because black obsidian or hematite, they're really stones that are meant for the lower chakras. They're meant for the base or the second chakra, and even tiger's eye is meant for the second chakra. People that start to wear it up in their heart, they're really inviting these lower energies to come into their heart, and it's not affording them any form of psychic protection at all. Rose quartz also, as you saw, it was on a string, and people used them for dowsing and as a pendulum. They balanced them over the chakras. I'm not so sure about this. I believe it does have some merit. It's something I've never fancied myself, but if you're into pendulums, and it also doubles that you can use it to balance people's chakras by holding it over the chakras, and then when it stops spinning, you know, the chakra is supposedly balanced. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I think it's people's concentrations to try and hold the crystal still that is part of that. It's their consciousness that is trying to still the energy around that chakra through the crystal. Rose quartz, fantastic for psychic protection, can't recommend it strongly enough. If you're a real spiritual warrior and you really want to go forward and you're really interested in developing spiritually, rose quartz is indispensable, and it's something that you must have and you must place near your heart. I think it's absolutely vitally important to have rose quartz, or at least to be familiarized with the energy of the rose quartz, the love energy. And also, if you're doing any meditation, you can lie down on a bed with a crystal and breathe and expand your love center, because it's your love center that needs to expand before you can really develop spiritually. And it's in this expansion that these lower energies try and stop this progression from happening, and they will attack your heart. And if you have a rose quartz crystal, they will back off and leave you alone. And I've witnessed people who've had heart attacks, who've had negative energy attack their heart. So rose quartz, I believe, is vitally important, and I've noticed every healer or every spiritual practitioner that I've known that have worked with crystals or work in the area of healing have rose quartz, are familiar with the energy, and it may be blended into their matrix, but they'll be expanded their love consciousness to a point with a combination of the rose quartz crystal. So that's just a little bit about rose quartz and psychic protection. I wish you well on your journey, and if you want to join me or you have any more questions, please feel free to contact me through my website www.martinyusuf.com. Thank you.